Already?
No.
Oh.
It was actually the Karmic Roots Yoga notification.
Oh yeah? You have it notifying you. Fancy.
Well, I mean, it's on our calendar.
Oh, that.
Yeah. It's like,
Gotcha.
my calendar says this is where I should be.
Gotcha. Hi Karen, how are you today? Welcome, welcome. Karen says hi. Did you get to enjoy some of the sunshine today? We did. We just got back in from a walk with the puppy Odin. That's wonderful. Yeah, it's so nice. Joel didn't have a coat. I still wear a coat, but I maybe could have went without it. So as always, we'll wait just a few minutes to let people hop on. No particular props needed today. If you have a blanket or blocks, those are always nice to have on hand. Do a slow flow today. Just kind of get into our breath and move our bodies just a little bit more midweek here. And April 1st. What a beautiful start to the month. We went and got some supplies, and it's an interesting thing, like sanitizing all your groceries the moment you get back home. Nothing I ever thought I would be doing. Wouldn't have even considered that.
And I feel we're pretty up on trying to keep clean with things, and never thought that was something.
Like, I should wipe down my grocery. I may wash my fruits and veggies and such before eating them, but wipe everything down. Oh yeah. So.
Even getting rung up, I realized I was standing too close to the cashier and stepped back and gave her space. And not like she was uncomfortable. It was just one of those that we started chatting and you being social and the heart wants to step closer.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Yeah, interesting. Social interactions right now. I think we're both noticing that we're kind of missing it. We're missing it right now. Just kind of those everyday things that we take for granted. And maybe after this, we won't take those interactions for granted so often. Yeah. Things to think about. Any particular areas that you're looking for support today? Feel free to share over in the comments and customize our practice. Hi, Mom. Mom, did you see the picture I sent you? excited to take a little plunge. He likes the water. Shoulders, you bet, Karen.
Who said shoulders?
Karen asked for shoulders.
Okay. I thought you said Graham.
Oh,
And I was
no.
like, oh man, you need to ask him about his wicked unicorn tank top he has. You didn't see it?
Graham?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Grant.
No.
Yes,
Pretty
I
sure.
did see that.
Okay. Was it Todd and Graham, right?
Grant.
Yeah.
Alright, let's make our way to our mats. Again, no special props needed today. Of course, a blanket is always welcome, particularly at the end, or if you like one under your head. Blocks can be a great support, a little arm extension if you have them. Right now, my blocks are my computer stand, so I don't have blocks to use in this moment, and that's okay too. So I'll make my way back there, and we'll get officially started with our practice today. So find a comfortable seat, whether you roll up a little of your mat or if you sit up on a blanket. Or if you want, you could start in hero's pose, which is that kneeling pose. Crisscross, legs extended, whatever you choose in this moment. And then take a moment just to land here in the space on your mat. And welcome yourself home to your own presence, your own space that you are cultivating. And my name is Paige Alia, and I am Karmic Roots Yoga, and this is my partner Joel Choate on the guitar today, playing live music for us throughout the session. So ever so grateful to have the opportunity to have that soul connecting music. There's something about music, no matter what culture you're from, there's connection in it. And we all feel it. The vibrations move through us. So let's take a moment to find our seats, our sits bones. You might bring your hands back and slide them up and under, and then move flesh aside, letting them anchor downward. Or rock a little bit side to side. Maybe take a little circle just to kind of notice where you are in this moment. And we'll find center and stillness, stacking the shoulders up over the hips. Let them sink down and back. Give them a couple circles and then let the hands rest. Either face up or face down. You could stack the hands in your lap too. And feel your breath. And imagine it moves from your tailbone all the way up the length of your spine through the top of your head. And then when you exhale, it travels all the way back down, rooting you to the earth. So as you inhale, it rises all the way up and through the crown to the sky. Exhale, bringing you back down, rooting you, spreading through the earth. Michigan, we're feeling the effects of the sunshine today and warm weather. Maybe, just maybe, it's bringing you a little lightness. Maybe it's reminding you of spring, of the flowers, little crocuses just peeking up through the soil. Freshness, newness, connecting to earth, life, nature. Breathing in and breathing out. And maybe consider your favorite spring flower or tree, and bring it to mind. And then imagine the seed, and you don't have to know exactly what the real seed of that favorite plant life is. Just imagine it. And checking in with yourself. What brings you here today? What are you looking for? What do you want to cultivate in this moment? See if something comes up. If you're uncertain, perhaps simply planting a seed for a fresh start or openness, clarity, grounding. Whatever's coming up for you in this moment, see your seed again and whisper it to your seed or say it in your mind. And then imagine planting that seed into your heart, and you can even bring your hands up to your heart in this moment. Planting the seed in your heart to grow and nourish, to support. You might consider the things that seed needs to grow. What will guide you and support you and lead you? And notice your breath here. And today, practicing breath awareness. Simply noticing the breath each time. Breathing in and breathing out. And then anytime you find yourself distracted or list making or just wandering away from this experience, see if you can practice coming back to just breathing in and breathing out, being right here, right now. Cultivating your seed, nourishing it with your breath, your heartbeat. Sweep the arms down by the hips now, and on your next inhale, sweep them all the way on up. Maybe gaze up toward the hands, turn the palms toward the earth, and sweep them all the way back down. So when you inhale, rising up, mountain breaths. When you exhale, float the palms back down. The next time you sweep the arms up, pause there for a moment, and then when you exhale, float the right arm down forward and the left arm down toward the back, and bring that right hand to the left leg, lifting up through the heart. Take a breath in and out here. On your next inhale, sweep both arms up, unwind to center, and exhale, twist the opposite way. So the left hand comes to that right thigh, the right hand reaches back. Think long and soft through the spine. Breathing in and breathing out. One more inhale. One more exhale. On the next inhale, we'll unwind back to center. Let the palms unite and bring them down to your heart this time. Breathing in. Breathing out. Release the hands to the knees. Now scoop the belly back, sink over the tailbone, and tuck the chin toward the chest. On an inhale, you'll reverse this, lifting up the heart. Slide the hands up the thighs until they hit the crease, and squeeze the elbows back. Lift the chin up. Exhales, curl into yourself. Inhales, unwinding. Keep the heart lifted, keep squeezing the shoulders back. And on your next exhale, float your chin toward your chest while keeping the heart forward and squeezing the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the chin up again. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhales up. Exhales down. The next time the chin goes toward the chest, scoop the stomach back, lean back on the tailbone, and slide the hands down to cup the knees. You can let your arms straighten as much as you want here and lean back as the chin tucks toward the chest. Take several breaths here now. If it feels good, you could slightly rock side to side. Slowly find center, and then one vertebra at a time, begin to stack until the chin lifts. Let it be last. Back to neutral. Okay. Bring the right hand to the floor next to you, and bring your left fingertips to your left shoulder. Your fingertips may or may not reach your shoulder. That's okay. Elbow off to the side here. Then kind of tiptoe out on those right fingertips. You can bend the elbow here as you start to lean toward the right. Think of keeping the neck long here, the head in neutral, so we're not tucking it in, we're not leaning it back, and we're not tipping the ear toward the shoulder here. So nice and long. You might even think of taking the top of your head toward the top corner of the room, and then optional, reach the left arm up and over. Breathe here. Now turn the palm to face forward. And remember, keep the chin in neutral, so we're not tipping the chin toward the chest. Take that thumb, and as you next exhale, tap it toward the back of your head. Then inhale, reach long again. Exhale, tap the back of the head. Inhale, long. Exhale, tap the back of the head. Maybe the hand can slide behind it. And again, think chin level, and here even press the head back into the hand slightly. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, hand to the back of the head, or just thumb to the top of the head, either way. One more reach. And this time, the thumb either lands and pauses, or the hand lands and pauses. Lean the head back into the thumb or into the hand, and then swing the elbow back a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, keep pressing the head into the hand or thumb as you pivot that elbow across. Inhale, lean back and open up. Exhale, across. Inhale, open up. Keep leaning the head back into the hand. Let it be a little support there. Exhale, across. One more. And then reach it up again. And then slowly lower that hand to the ground. One hand on either side of that right knee, and turn your chest bone over that knee. And then walk your hands out forward and lean forward. You can round your spine here, that's okay. You can either just walk out on the hands. Sometimes it can feel good to lower forearms down. So either reaching long, or folding into yourself. If you reach long, send your sits bones back and you reach to your fingers, almost as if it were a little tug of war for your spine, a gentle tractioning in either direction. Inhale. You can let the head relax down. Exhale. And slowly walk both hands to center. Pause here and soften the chin toward the chest. And slowly round the spine all the way up once again. And we'll do all of that for the other side, but pause here for just a moment and notice. Notice how the right side feels. Notice how the left side feels. Good. Left hand will come to the floor here, and know that you can switch the way you're sitting too. In fact, if you've been crisscrossed one way, switch the other way. The right hand will come toward the right shoulder, elbow out to the side. You can tiptoe out on the fingers and let that elbow bend as much as you like. Then reach the right arm up and over again, the top of the head toward the top corner so the chin stays neutral. Breathe here, reach through that right hand. And then turn the palm to face forward. Thumb touches toward the back of the head. Chin stays level. Inhales to reach. Exhales, tap. Inhales up. Exhale, tap. Inhale up. Maybe take it behind the head. Inhales to reach. How does it feel compared to the other side? One more of these. Think of leaning the head back now. Pausing here. Open that elbow back. Exhale it across. Keep leaning the head into the hand or thumb. Inhale, open up. Exhale across. Inhale, open up. Exhale across. Opening up this time. Stay there, reaching. And then diving down, landing one hand on either side of that left knee. The collarbone is pointing over the knee, and then you can fold down with elbows bent or send the arms long here. Breathe. You can soften the chin towards your chest here. And slowly walk both hands to center and roll the spine on up. Let's make our way to hands and knees now. Setting aside a blanket if you have one. You could also spread that blanket out for a little extra cushion. Walk the hands ahead of the shoulders, your knees under hips, and begin circling the hips, rounding down. Your toes can be tucked under, or the tops of the feet can press into the mat. Maybe inhale as you come forward, exhale as you lean back, or just keep breathing. Reversing directions now. Coming to center, take the knees wide, let the toes come to touch, and sink the hips toward the heels. The hands can stack under the forehead for child's pose, or you can send the arms long and let the forehead come down to the mat. Be reminded of your intention now, and that seed you're cultivating in your heart. The seed of your favorite flower or tree or other plant life. Let's make our way to a down dog today. So plant the hands, look up between the hands, spread the fingers out, and the weight distribute across the hands and not just into the wrist here, so across all the fingertips. Imagine gluing them all down to the mat. And then scoot your knees under your hips and tuck your toes. And then slowly lift your hips up, bringing sits bones to the sky. There can be a nice bend in your knees here. And look back towards your legs. Maybe walk the dog, lower one heel, lift the other one way far up, and then reverse. And you can stay with a fairly wide down dog, or if you like, you can walk the feet forward slightly, and when you do this, you might notice that the weight shifts a little bit more into your legs, and perhaps you feel more hamstring stretch here, whereas if you take the feet a little bit wider, you bend the knees a little more, the heels pop up a little more, and the weight shifts a little bit more into the shoulders. So it just depends on what you're looking for today in your down dog. There's not a right or wrong here. Let's all inhale and lift that right foot up. And exhale, drive the knee forward, take a big step. And then use your right hand on the back of the calf to bring the leg up between the arms and lower that left knee down. You can untuck the toes here. Now, runner's lunge here. Lifting the heart up, maybe rise up on the fingertips. Exhale, lower slightly. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower slightly. Inhale now. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, up. Exhale, cactus arms. Now bring the arms in to touch so the palms meet, the elbows are still bent here. I'm going to turn toward the camera here as we demo this one. So, yours might look a little different. We don't need to look exactly the same. We'll give 3 different options here. So, we can pause right here just as we are and inhale, open, exhale, close. That's option A. Option B is to keep that left arm right where it is and to bring the right hand to the outside of that left elbow and gently draw it across our body. The next option is to swoop that right arm, hooking the elbows together and getting the draw there. We also have the option to start bringing the backs of the forearms together. The thumbs are going to point toward our nose here. And then for some of us, we might find bringing the palms together to offer a nice little option here. So you can take this bind, this eagle arm pose, breathing, and maybe lift the elbows a little. Exhale, knee, elbows toward the knee. Or you're opening and closing. So either with the bind, lifting and lowering, or cactus arms, opening them and closing them. Lots of shoulder options here. One more wherever you are. Only back at center, unwinding. Let's all open the arms long to a T. Reach through the fingers, lift the heart a little bit. Then reach the arms to the sky, and as you next exhale, land the hands and step that right leg back to meet the left leg and take some hip circles. Circle one way and the other. And then find center, take the knees wide, kiss the toes, and find a child's pose once again. Settling here into the earth, notice how the right side is feeling, the shoulder, the right hip. Notice how the left side is feeling from the shoulders down to that left hip. Breathing here. Awareness of breath. Awareness of how you are in this moment, physically. What sensations you notice. And what's coming up for you. When you see your seed again planted in your heart, let your breath nourish it. Rising up now, bring the knees in under the hips. Hands in line with shoulders, tuck toes, hips can sink back toward the heels, and then lift on up to a down dog. Breathing here once again. Maybe walking the dog. And finding center, this time the left heel's gonna lift on up and a big step forward. Use that left hand to support the leg, coming all the way down, rising on the fingertips, then lowering the heart a little. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. Up one more time. And this time all the way up. Arms reach on up for the sky here. Exhaling, cactus. Inhaling, reaching. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, cactus. And we'll bring the forearms towards one another in that cactus bend until the palms meet. So once again, you have the option here. Inhaling, opening the cactus. Exhaling, closing to the heart. Alright, that's option A. Option B is this time. Gotta go the other direction that you did the last time. So the right arm is in front and the left hand can come to draw it across or swoop it under, hooking onto that elbow. And then the next option, forearms towards one another, thumbs toward the nose, or bringing the palms towards one another. So any variation here, or palms together, opening up the elbows, exhaling across. And it's very possible that I just cued the exact same way we already did. Inhale, lifting, exhale, back down. That's all right. I'm human too. Inhale, up we go. Exhale. This is the fun part of doing these live. It's just like in person, where sometimes I mix up my lefts and rights. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's all rise on up, find that cactus, and then open the arms to a T. Maybe lift the heart up. Reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the mat. And step the left foot to meet the right. Hands ahead of the shoulders, circle the hips. Alright, find center. And then take the knees wide. Kiss the toes. Find that child's pose once again. And notice similarities, differences, how your shoulders are, how the hips are, how you are breathing here and now in this space. Alright, rising up, make your way on up to a down dog once again. Reach that right foot up and exhale, big step forward. Using the hand to assist it up. You can keep the left leg lifted now or drop it down to the knee, your choice. We'll rise on up wherever we are. Reach arms to the sky. Exhale into those cactus arms. And then either bringing them towards one another and opening, or the left arm is going to come under the right arm and into that eagle stretch. Inhale, lifting. Exhale toward the knee. So same thing as before, except with the option of the left leg staying lifted. Inhales, lift. Exhales down. Coming back to center, unwinding, reach out wide. Reach to the sky now. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Take a big step forward onto that right foot. Land the left next to the right and sink both hips into a chair pose. So like you're squatting, hip bones are down and back, heart is lifted. It can be a high stool or a chair, your choice. High stool or chair, just a little lower. Lift the toes up and then set them down gently. So weights in the heel, hands can stay at the heart or you can reach them forward. And then imagine there's a piece of paper on the floor under your feet and you're trying to shred it, split it right in half. Feel that engagement, that tension. Breathe. Now, maybe lift the right heel up. Lower it. Keep that tension for that left leg. Bring it right back into the right. Now the left heel can lift up. Keep breathing. Heart stays lifted. One more time for the right. One more time for the left. Pausing here. Breathing here. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, take the right elbow toward the left side. The left elbow reaching toward the sky. So just a little twist here. The hands stay touching. Optional inhale. Reach both arms long. Exhale, bring the hands back to the heart. And this time, reach one arm forward and one arm toward the back. You'll lift your heart up a little more. Stay in that chair. Exhale, hands to the heart. And inhale back to center. And now reversing this. Exhale, left elbow toward the right thigh. Hands stay in prayer. Option, inhale, open the arms up wide. Exhale, back to the heart. Inhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Exhale to the heart. Inhale, back to center and release. Rise on up to mountain. Let the hands come down by your hips. How you feeling? Whoo! That one felt good. Alright, let's sweep the arms up. If you're not at the top of your mat, walk yourself out there. Reach on up to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips, bend the knees. Send your heart forward, dive all the way down. Inhale, rise up halfway. Let the hands slide up the fronts of the legs until the arms straighten. The legs do not need to straighten. Send the heart forward. And then exhale, bend the knees enough to plant the hands and step the feet back into a high plank. Lower the knees down now. Good. Take the knees wide and kiss the toes and find that child's pose. Be reminded of your intention. Cultivating your seed. And maybe see the roots of your favorite plant reaching into the earth, beginning to grow. Coming up through the soil. And getting ready to bloom and blossom. And slowly rise on up. Make your way to that down dog. We'll do the left side. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, strong step forward. Left hand to the back of that leg. Just scooch it forward between the hands. The right knee here can drop on down, or you can keep it lifted, rising on up to your crescent warrior. Reach the arms up, then into cactus. As you exhale, bring the arms towards one another. Inhale, opening. One more of those. Exhale, towards one another. Inhale, opening. And either continuing that or bringing them in, the right arm under the left this time for that eagle arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale toward the left thigh. Your breath. Inhale, rising. Exhale, sinking. One more. Unwinding and reaching the arms open to a T. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to the heart and step the right foot forward next to the left and find your high stool or your chair. And think of shredding that paper between the feet. Lifting left heel, releasing left heel, lifting right heel, releasing. Lifting the left and then the right again, or send both arms forward and lift both at the same time. Breathe. Maybe you can sink a little lower here. Keep breathing. Maybe you take your arms a little higher. Keep breathing. And then slowly lower hands to the heart. Stay in your chair. Stay in your chair. You've got this. Inhale here. Exhale, left to the right this time. Inhale, open the arms long. Exhale to the heart. Inhale, one arm forward, one arm back. Exhale to the heart. Inhale, back to center, reversing. Exhale, right to the left. Inhale, open it up. Exhale to the heart. Inhale, forward and back. Exhale, heart. Inhale to center. Pause here, you've got this. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Release the arms down, sweep all the way up. Exhale, fold. Come on down. Inhale, halfway. And then exhale, bend the knees enough to plant the hands, find that plank. And sink on down to the knees. Lower all the way down, this time onto the stomach. Elbows and under the shoulders here. Heart stays lifted. Tops of the feet release onto the mat. Root down through elbows, spread the fingers out. Then optional is if the front side of your body was on a little skateboard, you can create some traction. So if you were going to pull yourself forward with your hands, so you can feel that little tiny shift. Sink the hip bones a little bit more. The flesh of the thighs sink into the earth. Maybe notice your heartbeat here. Breathing in and breathing out. And from here you can add some forearm push-ups by rooting down all of the knuckles now. And then the base knuckles. Then notice if the palm wants to pop up, the base of the hand. And see if you can root that down too. You might make this little suction cup effect in the middle of your hands. And then engage as if you were going to lift the elbows. And then maybe lift the elbows a little bit. Exhale it back down. Inhales lift. Exhales down. And that's it. Keep going. Inhales you lift. Exhales lower. 2 more. One more. Lowering down, this time let the elbows kick out to the side. Stack the hands and rest your forehead on your hands. You can bend your knees here and sway your feet side to side. Slowly release the feet down. Bring the hands in line with the shoulders. Press yourself up to tabletop. And this time either child's pose once again. Or you can take puppy pose by keeping the hips stacked over the knees. Keeping the hips lifted, walking the hands forward and sinking the heart toward the floor. Maybe the chin or forehead touches the floor here. Breathing in and breathing out. Slowly now rising up. Making your way to your back for another few poses, another couple sequences, I think is what I was initially going to say there, and then change my mind. You can have a blanket under your head at the low level for support if you like. You don't have to have one here. When you get onto your back, bend the knees and plant the feet. And open the arms to a T. The palms can be up or down, it's your choice. Keep the knees parallel to one another, root into the heels, the toes can even lift. And slowly lift your hips up off of the floor evenly. So not one hip over the other, but they evenly lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhales, rising. Exhales, down. We'll add on this time. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, floating down. Then lift the feet up, stacking the knees over the hips as if you were sitting in a chair. Your shins are parallel to the ceiling. Then reach the heels to the ceiling. Inhale, bend the knees. Shoulders stay glued. With your next exhale, twist to the right or left at your choice. Then inhale back to center. Use all the muscles along your core, your trunk of your body. Exhale, twist the other way. Keep the shoulders glued to the floor here. Inhale back to center. Exhale, feet to the earth. So first bridge. Inhale, root through heels, lift the hips. Exhale, float the hips down. Inhale, stack the knees. Exhale, heels to the sky. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist again. Inhale, center. Exhale, feet to the earth. Now on your own, I'll cue, but feel free to follow your breath. Bridge pose, inhale. Exhale. Lift the feet, inhale. Exhale, reaching. Inhale to bend. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, feet down. One more time. Bridge pose. Stack the knees. Reach heels. Bend knees. Twist. Twist again. Finding center. And feet to the mat. Glue the low back now. Exhale down to the mat. Inhale, lift the low back, arching the low back and the ribs lift up. Hips stay planted. Exhale, low back down. Inhale, lift and expand the ribs. Your pace. Letting the breath soften as the heart pace gently finds more ease. Lifting and lowering one or two more times. Finding neutral. And then either walking the feet wide on the mat, letting the knees tip toward one another, or walk the feet side by side and then let the knees tip open and the bottoms of the feet can come to touch here. So like a butterfly. Your arms can stay open. They can come to rest on your torso, or even you can reach them up and overhead, taking a little bind, reaching one hand toward the opposite elbow if you like. And wherever you are, be and breathe. We'll pause here in either restorative rest or this bound angle pose for the next several breaths. breathing soft, smoother. A little bit longer now. You might be exactly where you want to be for your final resting. If that is so, stay where you are. Or maybe you're craving another pose, or curling up into a ball on your back. And take the next several moments, a little yogi playtime, to move in any way you wish, or to find stillness, to sink into your final resting pose. We'll settle in as you're ready to rest and to really give ourselves permission to rest. Because even in these times, so often we're pushing ourselves to be so productive. We're not giving ourselves enough time for stillness. So give yourself permission to recharge, to be and to breathe, to nourish your seed of intention, to cultivate it and watch it bloom. Be and breathe. Drift and drift. This is your time. begin to invite yourself back to this space. Maybe some subtle movements to the fingers, the toes, taking all the time you need to land here in this space. You might choose to rest a breath or two longer on your back. You might curl up on your side. And when you're ready, we'll meet together seated. With our hands at our heart. Thank you for joining Joel and myself today. It's an honor to be here with you to offer some guidance for your home practice. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to DM me, reach out. I'm here to support you however I can. And speaking of supporting, if you would support us by sharing our videos, our events, our YouTube, anything at all helps us to reach even more people who are looking for a little more clarity, getting centered and connection during this time. And if you have the ability to financially contribute, the information for that is in the description. We so appreciate that as well. From our hearts to yours, thank you. Namaste. All right, have a beautiful rest of your day, everyone. Thank you for being here with us. You're so welcome, Kathy. Thanks for jumping in. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
That's the dinner bell.